I ignored people during family meals because I was just so busy on my phone all the time. It was really annoying people and it was really rude and disrespectful. Yeah, I've been told. Aloha, it's Katie and Happy New Year! As the new year kicks off, you know your girl is about to Marie Kondo her phone and declutter the trash space that has been her mind. So for starters, I have swapped to an iPhone 12 Pro from previously my iPhone 8 Plus, which I think was the last model to still have the home button. Main differences, I'd say you have three. The home screen, the camera, oh my gosh, it's like triple, and also the onboarding process of the phones. I was both disappointed and super excited. Every time I get a new phone, I get really excited because I get to start fresh, right? I was like, great, I can ditch all the apps I had downloaded that I never use, like we can start fresh. But Apple actually upgraded their technology so it transfers everything, like the desktop wallpaper, the apps, the folders, everything, it updated. And honestly, it was pretty dang cool. I quickly just appreciated the technology and realized this is better, Katie. It's for the better that you don't have to download everything again. And I just started Marie Kondoing everything. So I'm gonna show you what my new iPhone screen looks like compared to my previous one, as well as all the tips I used to clean up this space and really make my phone this like very homey place that actually brings me joy. So the first thing I did was delete all the apps I use. This is like the Marie Kondo rule, where the first thing you do before you organize anything is delete all the things you don't want. The second thing I did after that is I removed all the apps from the home screen that I did not use frequently. This is a new feature in iOS 14, I believe, and what happens is all of the apps just get put into this app library on the rightmost part of your screen. Next step, I turned off all my notifications, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, YouTube, everything that was really just entertainment, I turned it off. And the main thing I really kept was Slack. I know that sounds kind of sad, but like I enjoy Slack and I think the communities and projects I'm part of on Slack are really dope, so it's all good with me. I also turned off all sound from my phone, so all the like extra keyboard clicking effects, or you know, like when you turn your lock screen off, like I just turned that off because I wanted to be as, you know, like silent as possible. And then I did a huge cleanup of my reminders, notes, messages, and photos. And by cleaning up my messages, my like 700 messages, I meant I just read all of them in one click. And I'm planning on doing the same with my Gmail. And after I did all of that, you now get, voila, this screen. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little tour right now. So my main home screen, this is like my creative workflow space. So this is like what I wake up to. It's a calendar, which just reminds me what day it is because it's easy to lose track of the days when you don't leave your house in 300 days. And then I have my like productivity suite, if you will. It's just my Google Calendar. And then Slack, which is where the student organizations I'm part of at Cornell, and also my own with like I believe are all there. And also Gmail for my student email, and also my business YouTube email. And then my notes app, which I have been using so often. Like once I cleaned it up and organized everything to folders, it's such a game changer. And then I have Spotify, which is really big for all the podcasts I listen to and also music. By the way, I only got 19% basic on that how bad is your Spotify music taste test. On the right is just the app library of all the apps I have. So as you can see, I have like the food ordering apps. I'm in the Philippines, so I use like Grab, Lala Food. I have the socials where like LinkedIn, I haven't touched that in ages, oops. Productivity and my entertainment, got that Netflix, YouTube, Ultimate Guitar. And then going down, I have creativity apps like DJI for my drone, and then Lightroom to edit photos. Oh my gosh, my favorite is information and reading. I'm so into that. We'll talk about that later. All the apps I could ever need are just there. Now, moving on to the main screen though, this is like my default just office workspace, if you will. By the way, I'm a college student, so I'm not working at the moment. But this is like where I keep all the utilities. Weather app, the calendar, the clock for my alarm, camera, books, which I read a lot of. I've been reading a lot of poetry and also YA fantasy. And then I have this like second tier folder where I put apps I check at least once a week. So if we go in here, there's Goodreads. Gotta look for books I probably won't be able to read. Probably read like 50% of the books I put on my want to read list. Then I have reminders. I have health, which I really just use to keep track of, you know, the monthly thing. Telegram, we love that, encrypted messaging. And then Messenger I actually do use. I kind of have to. And honestly, it's wired in my brain to check Messenger, but it helps that I'm not getting notifications 24/7 because that is so distracting. Like when I pick up my phone and I see someone messaging me, it's like instantly your day is just changed. I make time to read my messages, but only when I'm in a space where I'm like, I won't like blow up and get stressed when I open it. I also use podcasts. I usually listen to like the Daily Hope podcast in the morning to really set my mind straight. Notion, which is where I write my poetry, and then Pinterest and Wattpad. So those are really the two main screens I use. The first one, again, just being the basic utilities one, and the second is like my creative space. You can also tell by the color difference, like this one is more bright and like poppy. I'm like, yes. And the first one is like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll also tell you about the positioning I used for my phone because I'm like very intentional about that. But the apps I use more of, I put on the right side of the screen because when I'm clicking them, my thumb can access these apps more quickly. So as you can see, I use Safari and the Photos app much more, and that's why it's on the right side so that it's easier to reach. And then alarm I use every day, so I put that at the top right, and then books I read every night, so I put that on the top right as well. Whereas the things on the left side are things I don't really need to click on, they're like things I need to see. And the last screen actually is this widget space. Oh, blessed that you can now tell the AirPod charging. Battery life here, so helpful. And then I also have the word of the day because I'm trying to improve my vocabulary. And then screen time, which is helpful to see, where my time is going. I had gotten my screen time down to like 3-4 hours, and even if it goes up to like 5 hours, I actually can see the breakdown now and my time is going to notes and books. It's not like it's going to Instagram or Messenger, so that is Gucci with me. As you can tell, I really don't use my phone for social media anymore. Like, you don't see YouTube on here. I'm sorry, I love you. But yeah, I just use my phone for the creative stuff and just to actually organize my life. It's not a brain suck anymore. Also, I deleted TikTok. Oof. But yeah, that was a tour of my iPhone 12 Pro. I really recommend you guys read the book Digital Minimalism, or at least listen to the podcast summary on digital minimalism because it's so helpful. It has radically transformed my relationship with my phone. You guys know, like, I have been on social media since I was 13. No, that's a lie. I've been on social media since I was 11, maybe. That's like 8-9 years ago. I was such an addict, just glued to my phone all the time. It was the first thing I checked in the morning, last thing I checked at night. I ignored people during family meals because I was so busy on my phone all the time. It was really annoying people and it was really rude and disrespectful, yeah, I've been told. It has been such a game changer to change my relationship with my phone, to be really intentional about what apps I see and don't see, and make sure that everything I put on my home screen are just the apps that I really need, like the bare minimum. As we move into the new year, I think one thing that's super helpful with, like, if there are any bad habits you want to break, know that instead of trying to break the habit itself, you break the habit that causes that habit. For example, for Instagram, I can't just be like, I'm not going to use Instagram and then not change anything. Like, I break the habit that makes me check Instagram, and that's putting Instagram the first thing, on my home screen. The notifications that make me click the app every time. So I turned off all of that, and now I'm not an addict anymore. Go live your life. Go really do the things you were meant to, that you were made for in this world. And yeah, let me know if you want to see any more videos. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos on my channel. I try to upload every week or whenever I'm motivated. And yeah, I hope you guys have a happy new year. Share this video with anyone who might find this helpful, and I will see you next week with another new video. Bye guys, happy new year.